All right, everybody. So it's another Behind the Sermon with Steve, Pastor Steve, and me, Sean.
Sean.
Hey.
Sean's got the cool elbow patches.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
I do
professorial
like this.
today.
Yeah, one of my family members got me this.
I don't
It's
think
nice.
I've ever owned those, but I've always looked at them and thought, man, those are
With
cool.
the elbow patch.
Yeah.
It's old school.
Yeah.
It's like 1950s
Pretty
right
nice.
there.
You look like C.S. Lewis or Jordan Peterson. He has some.
He
elbow
has some
patches.
old school gear. He has that one suit that's like half one
Dude.
color. That's
It
like
goes with the chapters in his book. He had 12 suits made for the 12 rules.
really.
Yeah, and I forget what that one represents. It's like yin and yang.
I think we're just going to do a whole episode here on Jordan
Oh,
Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Or
John
we could talk
10.
about John 10. And you were just preaching about how Jesus is a good shepherd. You got 3 minutes, Steve. Well, less than that.
Less.
Can you sum up and riff on what you were just preaching on today?
Well, I'd like to say, thank you. I'd like to say, man, I'm loving John chapter 6 and 10. And this happens a lot when you're a preacher. I don't want it to be over. Like, how long dare I stretch this out and keep us in
We'll
John 10?
stay there till 3.
And Jesus, we haven't even hit Jesus as the door yet. Lord willing, that's coming up next week. But man, I'm loving John chapter 10. And today was a pretty doctrinal message. We're filming this on a Sunday. Sorry, I gave that away. Pretty doctrinal message. But I had a number of people thank me for it, so at least a few people like that. But I'm really liking clarifying for our church. There's a lot of new people to our church, don't know what backgrounds they come from. And I'm a pretty reformed in my theology guy. Scratch pretty. I'm very reformed in my theology guy. I think you are too.
Yes.
And so I'm loving teaching them reformed soteriology. How are people really saved? What's the working behind the system? Without doing it in the Pauline way and using the terms that they might like shrink back from. So just letting Jesus speak about how there's this group that the Father gave me. They're called sheep. I got to save all
They're
those
not going to
sheep.
fall out of my hand.
I won't lose them. I won't cast any of them away. I know their names. They hear my voice. They're all going to follow me. They all turn to me, and I'm going to raise them up at the last day. And he repeats that over and over. It's so cool. It's like it's assurance of salvation, but it also means he's a Savior that'll get us all the way through. So I'm loving that. But another part, Sean, that I really liked today was just some of the implications of this thing what the theologians call effectual calling. Like there's an outward call, the gospel goes out everywhere. The people that respond to it and are saved, they do so because the Spirit of God illuminated their minds and turned their wills, and they believe and come to Christ freely and willingly, gladly. So implications of that for evangelism are just wonderful and relieving. Not relieving in this sense, okay, then I don't need to share the gospel. Relieving in this sense, as I share the gospel, I'm not responsible for the results.
Right.
That's in God's hand.
God will be
must give the increase.
successful.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it, but we're out of time.
We are out of time, Steve, but we'll talk more about this on the next Beef TS.
Thanks,
See you
Sean.
guys. You're welcome.